This is Coffee with God, and I am Father Jose. Let us begin this day with the Word of God and a short reflection.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark, chapter 8, verses 11 to 13. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. When they arrived, the Pharisees came out and started in on him, badgering him to prove himself, pushing him up against the wall. Provoked it, he said, "Why does this generation clamor for miraculous guarantees? If I have anything to say about it, you will not get so much as a hint of guarantee." He then left them, got back in the boat, and headed for the other side. But the disciples forgot to pack a lunch, except for a single loaf of bread. There wasn't a crumb in the boat. Jesus warned, "Be very careful. Keep a sharp eye out for the contaminating yeast of Pharisees and the followers of Herod." The Gospel of the Lord.
Reflections on the Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 8, verses 11 to 13. Mark presents a moment of frustration in the life of Jesus. He is frustrated at the stiff-necked attitude of the religious leaders and takes a deep sigh. The wisdom of the elders tells us that a sigh or deep breath is an excellent way of stress relief. Today's Gospel teaches the value of patience, especially in frustrations and stress. The Lord asks, "Why does this generation look for a sign?" They knew that Jesus had the power to perform miracles. Mark is clear about the intentions of the religious leaders, hoping to embarrass him. The Pharisees wanted a show, a miracle. Ultimately, it is the same temptation that the devil offers Jesus in the desert, asking him to do something. The devil would ask Jesus to turn the stones into bread so that he could satisfy his hunger, or jump down from the pinnacle of the temple to make a spectacular show of his might so that people would instantly believe him. If our understanding of the temptation of Jesus is just those three in the desert, we are mistaken. The 40 days of Jesus in the desert represent the entire time the Lord spent in this world, where temptations were a constant reality. One such instance is the confrontation with the Pharisees in today's Gospel. As in the temptation story, here the Pharisees take up the role of the devil and asks for a sign from heaven. Jesus does not care to answer the devil in the desert, which is exactly what he does here in his response to the Pharisees. "No sign will be given to this generation," he says. In asking Jesus for a sign, however, the Pharisees confuse God's way of acting with the way of a magician. Pope Francis explains that God does not act as a magician. God's way is the way of patience. Every time we go to the sacrament of reconciliation, we sing a hymn to God's patience. The Lord carries us on his shoulders with great patience. In the previous chapters, Mark had narrated numerous miracles of Jesus: the healing of Peter's mother-in-law, and then the multitudes, the leper, the deaf and dumb, the blind, feeding the multitudes. Miracles were aplenty, but the Pharisees failed to see them. Are we searching for spectacular signs in the sky or our neighborhood so that our faith could be strengthened? The mighty hand of God is at work within us and all around us. Yet we fail to see them.